Good late Saturday evening. I am certified meteorologist Nick Kelly checking in on this June 6th of 2019. We didn't have an exact repeat of yesterday, but it was definitely warm, quite warm in fact. It was humid again, and ultimately that did lead to some thunderstorms, and quite a bit of thunderstorms actually this evening and going into the overnight. Thankfully, though, we started off on a quiet note, but we did have to start with some patchy fog, too. Before we get to where we're going, let's see where we've been from indigo sky just outside of Seneca, Missouri throughout the course of our Saturday. We had to deal with some patchy, dense fog this morning. Others dealt with partly cloudy skies and a quiet start to your Saturday morning as overnight lows dropped back into the 60s. Thankfully, areas around Seneca, Missouri, and especially around the casino ground, you see from the time lapse, managed to dodge the thunderstorms so far today, and we're looking calm now from 7th and range line, at least the latest check back at 10:47. Look at the numbers for today. Our record high was 102, set back 7 years ago. We all know how miserably hot that summer was. This time around, we had a high of 89, a hair shy of our normal high of 90 degrees. We started in the mid-60s this morning, but look at the amount of rain we picked up at Joplin Regional. That is 1.91 inches, almost 2 inches of rain, all because of thunderstorms that we picked up on this evening. So we are definitely starting off July on quite a wet note, and hopefully soon we will see chances to dry out, and we're talking about at least a several-day stretch to dry things out, hopefully. We'll see how that unfolds going into next week. You see that amazing display of lightning there as the current conditions pop up in front of you. 72 at last check at Joplin Regional before the 11 o'clock hour. Humidity quite high, 93%, and the light north breeze at 5 miles per hour. We are seeing temperatures dropping back in the lower to middle 70s, most spots between 71 and 75 degrees. And ultimately, as these rain chances dry out with the light breeze in place and eventually some clearing skies, that will result in some more patchy fog and some patchy dense fog too as we get your Sunday morning started. For now, we're still watching the last of the rain try to clear out on the Skywatch storm tracker. Thankfully, none of these storms this late afternoon and evening have been severe, but like yesterday's storms, these rain chances today were quite efficient rainmakers. Case in point, radar estimates suggesting 1 to 3 inches in quite a few areas out in southeastern Kansas. In fact, this led to some actually several reports of street flooding, not just across Crawford and northern Cherokee County, but for a good portion of Montgomery County and the very southern parts of Wilson County out in southeastern Kansas. Those aerial flood warnings will expire at 12:45 for areas in southern Wilson and Montgomery County, and for northern Cherokee and Crawford County, your flood warning will expire by 3:45, and hopefully by then, any rain out there should be long gone. Again, we were quiet to start the morning out and the afternoon, too. It wasn't until about 4, 5, 6 o'clock the thunderstorms really started to blossom on top of us on the Skywatch storm tracker. We've definitely had another guaranteed shot of thunderstorms today because of a stationary front parked right on top of us. That'll still be around as we head into your Sunday. And on top of that, we're still being influenced by this upper level ridge as far as our temperatures go, but the ridge is not quite strong just yet. So any disturbance riding along the jet as it remains close to us is helping to aid in our thunderstorm chances. And it looks like it'll do the same thing again as we head into your Sunday. For the rest of the night and heading into your Sunday morning, ultimately these rain chances will be winding down. I think we're done no later than 1 or 2 a.m. Future track here trying to pick up on some rain, but I really think any rain will be long gone by the time we get into the meat of the overnight hours. As the rain clears, the breeze lightens up and temperatures remain very close to the dew point along with all this rain that we're getting just tonight alone. That will result in some more patchy dense fog overnight as overnight lows drop back in the lower 70s. As we burn off the fog, if any does arise throughout the morning, we'll turn partly sunny by lunchtime and going into the afternoon, mid-80s by lunchtime, and then we'll be going back into the upper 80s for afternoon highs, and with that warmth and humidity working together once again, we will have another scattering of random pop-up thunderstorms once again. So 71 to start your Sunday morning out, 84 by noon. We'll have afternoon highs, at least in Joplin, topping out at 89 degrees. I think everybody, though, is fair game to go at least into the upper 80s before any thunderstorms try to pop up in the afternoon. Any storms that do manage to pop, just like tonight, they should be gone as we get past sunset, and should be no later than going into midnight Monday. And with the latest look at the future track here, we should be starting off your Monday morning on a quiet, mild, and somewhat muggy note once again. Hopefully not with any fog, but we'll keep an eye on that as well. As far as the overall setup going into next week, we go to the upper levels once again. The jet stream setup still showing us under the influence of that upper level ridge, but again, it's not quite strong. It hasn't really sustained itself or made its presence quite known yet. With that said, as long as that jet still remains near us, any disturbances riding along that, we'll keep thunderstorm chances in the forecast for your Monday, Tuesday, and even as we go into Wednesday. Once we get past Wednesday, though, and even as we get into Wednesday for that matter, and certainly by late next week, look at that upper level ridge really beginning to amplify and setting up shop in parts of the southern plains and into the southern parts of the Rocky Mountains. That will not only dry us out as we go into late next week, which we really need to do. Unfortunately, that's going to further solidify its grip in terms of temperatures, meaning we will continue with the heat and the humidity throughout the entirety of next week. So the 7-day forecast looks like this. 89 degrees for your Sunday afternoon, partly sunny skies, and then we'll see another scattering of random thunderstorms Sunday afternoon and into Sunday evening. Do it again Monday with highs back near 90. Maybe a better chance for more widespread storms on Tuesday with highs near 91, 92 Wednesday. We may dry out and cool down just a hair for your Thursday, but the heat and humidity, it'll stay with us all week long as lows go back into the upper 60s and lower 70s, and highs going into lower to middle 90s, maybe mid 90s for sure, by the time we get mostly sunny skies in here by next weekend. Have a good night. Have a great Sunday.